I mean, price, but
I don't want you to win
yeah, I don't
on
want to
price, man. Just do it on speed and do it on service, and I would replicate the offer that we already know works.
Okay. I mean, I think we have a good base. We got 65 reviews on Google.
Good.
I've got 15K followers on Instagram, 200 on TikTok. So I figured I could do something with it.
Yeah, I do think that long term it makes more sense for you to use the Instagram to go attract door-to-door guys. Personally, I think it's higher leverage. One sales guy's going to make you $1 million a year. One, one lead's not going to be worth very much, right? From a house owner's perspective.
No, I mean, revenue, you're looking between like 40 to 70, but
Say it again.
gross profit before average ticket is like 40 to 70K,
Yeah.
but that's before paying for everything.
Yeah.
Net sales are up to like 10.
Yeah, per sale, right? So it's like I'd rather go get a node that generates sales, which is a salesperson who consistently can give me people. Now you said you shut your door-to-door down, which I'm not even going to touch for now. But as I see this, here are my steps. Step number one is we got to get to the greatest degree possible, job offer the people who used to work your account that were getting you leads that were working. Thing number one. And just do whatever you can to go get in touch with those people, because whenever I have something that works, I never want to let it go. Right? Once you have a flow, never let it go. Ooh, that rhymed. There you go. There you go. A little savante, a little rhyming action. Okay, so job offer that guy, number one. Number two is we got to replicate the existing offer from a lead gen perspective. Now, when we win in the paint, we're going to win on the things that we have, which is going to be speed and service. Mm-hmm. Now, what I would do is, do you have a manager who comes by and does like the tour walk around once the person gets the stuff installed, the battery installed?
Oh yeah, like a post sale survey type thing.
Yeah. So what I would do when that person,
I can do it.
Well, actually, what I want you to do is actually have your manager or like the crew runner, whatever, have
Like
that guy
operations
go.
director.
Yeah, exactly. Have that guy swing by, and say, "Hey, how is the service?" They're gonna, how are the guys? They're gonna say great or whatever, and then you're gonna say, "Hey, ownership gives the guys a little spiff if you leave a review. I know it'd mean the world to them." And so people are more likely to give a review because the people were there and they know that it's going to help those guys out. It's like, hey, John and Dan, they got families. It helps them out. If you think they did a good job, if you leave them a review and put their name in it, it would mean a lot. The owner spiffs them a little extra.
Okay. And then what if...
And just have that guy give a thank you gift from the crew before asking for it. Say, hey, the crew got together, said you guys were an awesome homeowner. Here's a $50 thing, Just thanks for being, we get a lot of crazy people, so you were awesome. Thank you. Yeah,
that'd be great. That's a good point.
Okay.
My last question would be to your first point, where you said hire the person. If I can't hire them and they started another company, if their uptick is slower, should I just try to beat everybody out to buy those leads?
Yeah. Make a commitment. Say, listen, you're starting your business. I'm a small business owner too. We're in this together. If I succeed, you succeed. The more good leads I get, the more I can buy from you.
Okay.
You're too small for these guys. They're not taking you seriously, but you're just big enough for me.
Yeah, no, because
that's not what she said. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
No, I was just saying the behemoth is getting all their traffic funneled to their contact page on their website based on their 1,000 reviews that they get.
Yeah. So we got to get your reviews up, but you always have the best position, which is that, like, listen, you're at the behemoth. You're going to be, house number 278. With me, you got all my attention. I'm here. Something breaks, call me. Like, every single one of these reviews makes a huge difference in my life and my family's life. I'm going to make sure I'm going to take care of you.
Okay. So actionable steps is hire that person or go in with them, get all their volume. Step 2 is...
Replicate the offer. Replicate the offer.
Replicate the offer.
Number 3 is win on speed and service.
Have the ops director go to the site post-install.
Yes, and win on speed and service. That's your angle.
Cool.
So you don't compete on price.
Got it.
Cool?
Dude, you are awesome.
You're awesome, dude. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much for everything you put out, man. That's great.
You bet, dude. Let me know how it goes. I'll see you in the group.
Yes, sir. Take care.
All right, see you, man. All right. 11 minutes left. So let's rock and roll. Let's, messieurs and madames in the chat. Pirate's life for me. So be good to customers and build relationships. Indeed. Wild shit, I know. Also, as a side note, to the peanut gallery, it is very easy to Monday morning quarterback and to armchair Be like, oh, well, of course, just make the food better. It's like, it's very obvious to say that, but when you're running the actual business and like inventory is going bad and you have to, pick between organic and whatever chicken, and you've got one staff member who's hitting on somebody else and you're debating whether you should interfere so that they don't create a relationship, but at the same time, it's like you don't want to, overstep your bounds as a boss, and you've got rent due and you got payroll due and you got marketing dollars and you got leads you got to work. It's like, it's a lot of shit, man. It's very easy to say this and just be like, oh yeah, just XYZ. It's like, no, it's like the big thing is this. The best entrepreneurs are allocators of resources. It means they get more for what they put in, which means they do two things better than other people. They're better at curating opportunities, and then once they curate, which means they see the opportunities, they then prioritize what they see. Most people can't do either. Some people can do one, very rare for people to do both. And so I would say an example of somebody who can do level 1 of strategy is, hey, here's 6 things. Which one do you think is more important? They're going to be like, some people get that wrong, but decent people will be like, well, I think that's more important than that, and then they'll be right. But the best entrepreneurs are like, oh, but did you see option door number 3 that you didn't think about? That's a 10x. That is the basis of strategy. So if you've ever heard the term strategy, it's the curation and prioritization of opportunities with the limited resources you have to deploy. That is what it means. Okay, not Peter. Oh, I wonder who it is. Thoughts on the best type of sales for you to get into experience? Volume, brother. Volume. Every single phenomenal marketer that I know personally started with a high volume sales position. I know guys who started in high volume cold calling, number 1. I know people who done high volume door to door. I know a guy who sold at a car wash, sold 200 cars a day, walking through the door. You want something that gets you as many feedback loops as possible. That is my biggest piece of advice. The reason I'm a big fan of people who sold in fitness is because in fitness, so many people are trying to lose weight. You can take 100 calls. You can see unlimited amounts of people if you're trying to sell weight loss. And so my recommendation if you're trying to get into it is don't worry about what you're earning, worry about what you're learning, and you want to get as much volume as you possibly can in the shortest period of time. Okay, if you had to build a business while having massive bills to pay, dude, this is a 5 to 9 special, baby. This is a 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. So those are your 2 bookends of the day. You got 8 hours a day on the opposite ends of work schedule, and you got Saturday, Sunday. Now, if you're like, I'm still working all of those hours and I can barely make bills, then you got to look at your expenses, man. You got to look at your lifestyle, and you got to say, like, where am I willing to give up on my ego so that I can achieve my dreams? And so sometimes you got to take a step back. But I mean, like, I say this, but I'm also somebody who took a step back. Like, I had a really nice condo. Really nice, it was relative, but it's $180,000 condo when I was 23, I think, 22. And it overlooked the city. And when I was there and I decided I was going to get into fitness, I sold everything I had and I got in my car and I drove across the country and I started working minimum wage at a gym. And I lived in somebody's spare bedroom. And so all the people that I knew saw me in my swanky consulting job in my nice place. You can imagine the kind of step back that would be. And so if you're not willing to do that, you just don't want what you want enough. And that's fine. Just accept that you just don't want. That's you kind of want it. It's you kind of want it you want a 6-pack. It'd be nice, right? But it's very different than saying you're just not going to eat cookies for a month, right? All right. Best offer to get wedding photographer clients for my new Google Ads agency. Run Google Ads. Okay. So wedding photographers. Honestly, I know a bunch of people who've been in the wedding photographer space. It's actually very easy to generate leads in that space. The difficulty with them is that everybody and their mother is a wedding photographer, or rather a photographer. And so the quality of the leads tends to be bad. And so you'll typically need a higher friction sales process to sell anything worthwhile. So call it a $2K plus price point. And you'll want to start making content ASAP. And this kind of goes for everybody, is that the world of content is merged with ads. So you make lots and lots of content. When content does well, take that content, run it as an ad to the thing you sell. And then if you still don't have big of a brand, bring them to a live, webinar. If you have a small amount of traffic, bring them to a live call. If you have a little bit more traffic, you can bring them to a webinar, which means you just send them a link to hop on a call with more people. And then you present stuff. And then you just solicit them to take a one-on-one call with you afterwards. It's a very simple funnel. You always talk about learning before earning. I missed that one. Okay. Macro Alchemist, struggling to get clients for high-ticket lead gen offer with no social proof yet, new business. Start for free. Start for free. Because here's the thing. If you are trying to run some sort of marketing thing, you have to understand how silly it sounds to say like, I'm a good marketer, but I don't know how to get customers. It is kind of crazy, right? And so embedded within that is like, you already are imbuing lack of proof. And so proof above everything. And so you have to compensate for the fact that you have no track record by winning where you can. You're going to win on service. You're going to say, listen, here's my cell phone. I'm the owner. I'm going to do everything I can to make sure. And number two, you have clearly an aligned incentive. Like, I need testimonials, dude. I need proof. And so I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that you win. Now, the thing is that there's still costs for them because they're probably going to be fronting the money for the advertising. And so like, they're still going to lose money doing this if you suck. And so it's very reasonable for them to be hesitant with you. So you just have to, you got to kiss more toads, which means you got to get in front of more people. And if you're like, how do I do that? Tell people that you'll work with them. You'll do 5 one-on-one calls with them for free. Very easy way to do it. And then at the end of the 5th call, if they still want to work with you, you can keep working with them for free, or you work with them for X dollars. All right. So the whole deal here is lead with free. Lead with free. And if you're like, but if I give my services away for free, then no one's going to pay you. Yeah, maybe not those people, but I'll promise you 2 things. If you're fucking good, they will want to pay you because you're making them money. And number 2, if they don't want to pay you, you're probably not that good. But if they'll still leave you a testimonial, then you have that testimony that you can give to somebody who will pay you because they don't have an anchor of free. So there you go. We're already working with someone. How would you handle this objection? Very simply. Then why are you here? I'm guessing if you were really satisfied with whatever the thing that you have is, you wouldn't be on this call right now, right? So they're probably not delivering something that you're hoping for. So what's the issue? We're back in the sale. I'll tell you, I have a story about this. I had a lady who walked in to the gym, and I got, I presented the price, and then all of a sudden she was like, well, I already have a personal trainer. And I was like, well, you're obviously not happy with him because you're here. And she was like, well, that's fair. And I was like, right. So you said you wanted to lose weight. You haven't lost weight. You've been working with this other person. As far as I'm concerned, it just means that you're spending money that you're going to save. Sounds like a great deal to me. You're going to spend less with me than you are over there because I was doing semi-private. Right? So that doesn't mean anything. Also, you can always just say like, great. I won't even give you more. That's enough. You can just use that one. Okay. What do you think about buying versus starting a business via search fund or seller financing? I'm not against it. I would say make sure that whatever business you want to start, find one that has high revenue retention. That is if you've never owned a business, then you definitely don't want one that has a good marketer who runs it. You want somebody who knows nothing about marketing, who's only grown on word of mouth, because the likelihood that you actually are buying goodwill. Whereas if you're buying a marketer's business or somebody who's good at marketing, you have to figure out how to do marketing and selling, and you don't know how to do it, you're in a bunch of hot water. So definitely find one like, fire inspection, those ones, like those contracts last forever. Pool cleaning, most people don't cancel that. Lawn care, people don't usually cancel that. Like there are businesses that do not have a lot of churn in them. You want to start there because if you take it over and everything goes to shit in 6 months, you're fucked. But those businesses tend to be very stable. And so you want stable so you can get your bearings and figure out what actually works. Okay. What do you advise to reach 100K from 10K? Ignore the fact that you have 10 grand because the only thing that you're going to use that for is to learn how to increase your active income. You're not going to use that 10 grand to turn it into anything. You're not the best day trader. You're not the best investor in the world. No one's getting a 1,000% return on their money. No one who's doing anything intelligent. All right. So the only thing that'll give you 1,000% return on your money is taking $10,000, using it to learn a skill that can make you $100,000 or $200,000. What apprenticeship would you recommend for somebody looking to gain entrepreneurial skills? Work at a small business or family-owned business. That's honestly probably one of the best ones you can do because it's small enough that you're going to be able to get a taste of everything. The only alternative I'd say is that if you work at a company that has a phenomenal training program for people who are new and coming in. So those are kind of my polar extremes of what I think is a good idea. Okay, Charlie. I speak to clients and they seem initially interested and then ghost me. What do I do to get them back on the hook? I think you just need to close, man. So what I mean is I think you're getting on sales calls and trying to not close. I think you're trying to book more calls, have more conversations. It usually means that you're missing something prior to the sale because the sale begins at the moment of interest. All right, so they reach out to you, they respond, they respond to an email, they comment on a post, they do whatever. And before they get on the phone,